Hey guys, Universal here, and today I'm gonna be doing a tier list video. 4 whole seconds into the video without liking and subbing. Yeah, that's wild. I ain't gonna hold you. An updated tier list for the Goro update where we got 3 new fruits. But as you guys can see right here, your boy finally made a TikTok. It'll be in the description. Go follow me because I'm gonna start uploading my showcases and stuff over there. Because why might as well. There's like that one guy who uploaded my video and got 1 million views, and could have been me, but it wasn't, so I had to hop on it. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. I have the Trello pulled up for if I want to show anything. There's no point in skipping throughout the video because I'm going to pull the fruits from out of these sections at random, just depending on what I want to like put there. So first off, I'm going to start with the best fruit in the game, hands down. It's dough. It's still dough. Goro's like even though lightning's really good, lightning is like it I'll let y'all know when I get to putting lightning, but Goro's still the best fruit in the game, that hands down. And let me go ahead and get this. Let me stop. Let me get this fodder out of here. Chop this mid on top of mid. It's not good in actual PvP scenarios. It'll never be good. Barrier doesn't even trap your opponents inside the barrier. I don't know if it's a glitch going on right now, but you can literally walk through it. So the fruit is extremely mid. Okay. This fruit is definitely more usable than these two, but it's still not like a really good fruit, but it's definitely more usable than these two. Now the bottom line, like actually usable in PvP, I'd say is like smoke. You can actually somewhat use that in PvP, but not that well. I'd honestly put like regular Gomu here too, because like some people try to gas up the fruit, but it is nowhere near on the tier of what I would put in like B tier. Stuff I would put in B tier consists of like Bomu, because like it has so much auto tracking, like leap auto track, oh not leap, my fault, kick bomb auto tracking, howitzer impact auto tracking. The leap skill you can basically have infinite movement with that skill. It's extremely good, and you can also combo extend with it. And this move you can also combo extend with, and it has really good AoE and guard breaks. Bomb is just a really good fruit overall for a rare. Next up, I got Hiei. Ice is pretty good. No, like people always say it has an infinite combo. It doesn't actually have an infinite combo. You're never going to actually hit it because it involves M1s, and you can mash out of M1s most of the time in this game because they get really inconsistent. But the skills aren't bad. You would use this after an M1 string to stun them. This comes out way too slow and doesn't go far enough. Pheasant is pretty good, but being only one-dimensional and only having a good hitbox once it hits a wall kind of like heavily holds it back. Ice Age is an extremely great move, and so is Ice Dragon. But it's still like not good enough to bump the fruit up to A tier. Honestly, oh wait, what is this? The D tier. D tier. Yes, I have it as worse than smoke, and honestly, it can go right here. Honestly, it can go right here. Never mind. It's not that bad. But like it only has one actually good usable move, which is beam. Everything else is blockable or extremely easy to avoid. The pillar's never gonna hit anybody, and the Inkai takes so long, and I'm pretty sure it's just like a one-hit type of thing, so it's also trash. So it's just really bad. The flight is extremely good if you want to run away, but other than that, everything in the kit is like just really bad. Next up, what I want to talk about, oh, this one. Definite A tier. I like this fruit is so good, and yes, I am doing these in like the order of how good I think they are. The more to the left they are, the better they are. But this fruit is extremely good. Like people sleep on it so much, and it just does not make sense. I have a like showcase, and I do bounty hunting with this fruit if you like really need to see proof. Magma is like easily like legendary tier, like if they gave it another skill. Magma, this skill is just something you could throw out. It has pretty good stun on it if you land it. It's pretty spammable. Meteor Volcano has the craziest hitbox ever, even being able to get behind an opponent's block. It's an extremely good skill. Plume, you really only use this to end your combos, but it's still a pretty good skill. Eruptive Surge, you use this to like extend in your combos. Pretty good skill. Also, you can use it to like run away from your opponents, like get in the air if you really need to. And then you have Hellhound right here. This move is so good, and for some reason, like as you can see, like right here in the GIF, he's gonna like block while doing it. Yeah, right there, that little block. It's so busted because then the move also itself goes through blocks. So even if they try to block you, they can't, and then it can start your combos. It's an extremely great fruit, and it's just like it's ridiculous how OP it is, regardless of how people see it. Next up. I'll talk. Oh, Phoenix S tier. Not because of the base. The base is mid. Mid is I don't know what. But the mode is some of the most brain dead stuff in this game. I've been able to take on Doe with this mode before. Well, that could just like, it also could be like a skill issue, but like honestly the Doe wasn't bad, and like I was just like, it was just the fact that like my moves could like get me out of the stun, because if you are using any move that contains movement and a Doe hits you with Lotus Doe, you won't be stunned by the Lotus Doe completely when you hit the ground, and then you could just like spam another skill to get out of it. Especially this 3 skill, oh my gosh. This skill is so good. It has no business being as good as it is. But yeah, it's like the mode definitely puts it as S tier, right below Z tier, but still extremely good. Next up I got Gas. I'm gonna put this at the top of B tier. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and throw Falcon in there too. Honestly, I got Falcon above Gas for the simple fact that it can fight other fruits better. It has actual ways to engage in the combat and start its combos, while Gas on the other hand, you have to just hope your opponent like throws out a skill and misses, and then maybe you land Suffocation, or you can like close the gap and then hit your blue sword. But even then that's iffy, because if you're getting that close to your opponent and they have like a bit higher tier fruit, they're probably going to start comboing you. So it's like really iffy. But Falcon, like, it has some surefire combo starters, and then like the moves I can't show you because they don't have it added to the trailer yet, but the moveset itself is insane. I have showcases on both of these fruits. They're insane. I don't think they're A tier. I think like the uncommon rarity is holding them back on like why they got their damage nerfed. If they had like a little bit more damage, they'd definitely be A tier, but they're still really solid fruits. Next up, I'll say something about Dark. Dark is definitely an A tier fruit if you know how to use it. It's probably my bottom of, actually, yeah, it's probably my bottom of A tier, because it's like really iffy on it if you know how to use it. But because like, especially considering the 2 skill requires you to absorb trees, and you know, if you're doing like Kalo 1v1s, you can't even do that. But like in a like actual like 1v1 where you can have access to the trees, it's really good. It has the literal best move in the game. Literally the best move in the game. Where is it? Darkness. Where is it? Right. Kurozu. Oh my god, this move right here goes through block, basically has infinite range, and even if you do block it, you'll get guard broken and then you'll get comboed. And it's just ridiculous. It is held back from being any higher though, because the combos don't really do that much. Like the combos can do like upwards of like 500 damage in like 2 seconds, but like that's really much it. Dark Hall is pretty good, but except the last hit is blockable for some reason, which kind of like extremely holds the fruit back. But like, to be honest, the fact that it's not even an epic fruit and it has 6 moves in the kit is just insane to me. If they like buff the old a little bit and maybe changed up a few of the moves, this could definitely be an epic fruit, and I could definitely see it being like high A tier, maybe even S tier. But you know, those few things just hold it back. Next up, we got TSR. Honestly, I have TSR below Magma right now, especially after the nerf. They nerfed the ability for you to hold it and give it infinite range, like on the 1 skill. So you used to be able to hold it, and even if your opponent ran away from you, as long as you were looking at them, you could always just TP above them, and it was a guaranteed hit because it was unavoidable. But now, if you just Soru away, once you get out of the range, the skill just won't work, and they won't be able to hit you with it. So it's actually pretty easy to dodge now. They did buff Grizzly Magnum and make it go through block, but that doesn't really change anything. You're still going to probably use it the same way you always use it in combos, so that it's just, overall, you're really only seeing the nerf on Jet Pistol. Having infinite range was just like a really heavy part of the kit. Next up, I'll cover Dragon. I have this as S tier. I don't think it's up there with, well, Doe. It's just not up there. And it's not up there with Lightning either. Spoiler, that's going to be in Z, but I'm not going to put it there yet. I'll explain it when I put it there. It only has 1 way to start its combos. Like, literally only one consistent way. You have to land Dragon Claw, and it's so like it has a really short cooldown. It's like 10-second cooldown, but that's not the problem. Is that it's like so easily counterable. Like after that, like if you have any moves that hold you in the air, you just pop that real quick, and it's only 1-dimensional, so it's not like they can aim it upwards to catch you if you're just sitting in the air. It's just really bad. It's the only way to start a combo. The mode is like decent, but like now after I figured out how to counter it, it's not even that good anymore, because like Tatsumaki was how you used to start your combo in the mode, but like everything in Tatsumaki is literally blockable. So if your opponent just blocks the whole time, they'll like probably not get hit by anything. Draco Meteor becomes like huge and pretty good, but if you can just like, if you're a Do, you just buzz cut them. You iframe the whole thing. If you're Goro, you just throw Raigo. They end up taking more damage than you do in the end, and they have to back off. It's just, there's too many counters to it, and Dragons just doesn't deserve to be up there. It's definitely better than a lot of these legendaries, for sure, but it's just not deserving of Z tier with the other two. Next up, we got Light. Honestly, I think I have Light above Dark, just for the fact of how spammy it is and how much you can air camp. It really gives it like high potential against fruits like Dragon, which won't be able to like hit their surefire combo starter, so they're really just stuck against it. Like, I've literally beaten a Dragon with gas just because they couldn't hit me and I was air camping. So imagine what Light can do with it. And this actually like helps against a lot of fruits like Magma. They won't be able to hit their 2 skill, they'll have to chase you down with the 5. TS Rover can't really hit their jet pistol as well, and it just gives you a lot more flexibility if you know how to air camp properly with the fruit. And the burn damage itself, like if you hit them with your 1 skill, then try to use Jewels of Light, the burn damage will force them to unblock sometimes, meaning you'll be able to hit the Jewels of Light even if they were blocking. So it's a pretty good fruit. Most people sleep on it. I'll do a showcase on it soon so y'all can actually see the true potential of Light, but I just got to get around to that. But it's definitely like A tier around there. Next up, we got Paw. Above Light, definitely. The combos with Paw are insane. It just, oh my god. The 1 skill though is like actually pretty easy to block if they try to just use that raw. It has like massive amounts of like startup. So you usually start the combos with Sonic Jump, but if they hit you with Sonic Jump, prepare to eat the meanest combo ever. They go Sonic Jump, they go straight into Torture, then they probably hit you with the 1 skill, then they probably go into Sumo Thrust Barrage, and then honestly they can just throw out Torture because it goes through block regardless. Or not Torture. Torture is blockable. Ursus Shock, it goes through block, and it has like a really good hitbox even if you just throw it out immediately. So Paw is definitely up there, definitely better than Pika, definitely better than Dark. Next up we'll talk about Quake, right below Paw. I like, people are gonna be so mad about this, but I see people try to gas up this fruit so much. This fruit is not good for, this is a 1v1s tier list. 1v1s. It is not good for 1v1s at all. For doing Kaido, sure, it's an amazing fruit. It's arguably the best fruit. And like bounty hunting during like a Kaido, yeah, it's great. But like if you're bounty hunting with this fruit and you can't catch somebody off guard, you know how easy it is to run? Slam. You're never gonna hit somebody with this move if they're like smart enough, because it has a literal sound cue. If they back away from you and like, they can just literally hear when you use the move, and they just have to Soru and double jump out of the way. And like, even if you do hit it, the most you can do after that is do an island shake and then try to land an eruption when they land. That is the highest damaging true combo you're gonna get. Fist is like too short range to be used in actual like practical situations. Eruption is pretty spammable, probably like the best move in the kit. Island Shake is completely blockable, so if you're fighting somebody who knows what they're doing, you'll probably end up getting punished for using that move. And Seaquake can literally be double jumped over, making it trash. One of the worst ults in the game. But Quake isn't like a terrible fruit, but it's definitely not. It's not deserving of S tier, and it's not deserving to be above Paw or Magma. Next up, Goro, Z tier, right below Do. It is extremely good. The only reason that holds it back behind something like Do is the fact that Do literally counters like every fruit. If a fruit has a move that TPs you to your opponent, Do has a counter for it. It can fling them away with a 1 skill, or it can like start its own combo with a 3 skill. Or the fact that Do has the best ult in the game. Goro's ult is good if you know how to use it, like when your opponent is pushing you hard, because then like they can't really run away from it because of how great the hitbox is. But either way, it's still like, it just can't compete with Do's, which is like a complete iframe, can hit multiple opponents, and it's just really good like hitbox on the swinging. Though Goro does have extremely high damage potential. The combos are insane, though they get really inconsistent if you don't have access to a wall, which is kind of a downside, while Goro has the guaranteed true combo like every single time, and it's always doing upwards of 800-900 damage, so it's just insane. but Goro's combos do around like 700, 800, like, and that's like with a wall. So below that, it's like 500, 600 on the, like, for consistent damage. Though it is more versatile in terms of being able to spam moves and having different options. So that, like, that's why it's still a Z tier. Don't get me wrong, it's still one of the best fruits in the game. It just isn't better than Dough. And then finally, we have Gravity. I'm gonna put this fruit at the top of A tier. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm tripping. I got it right here. I got it at the middle of A tier. I'm tripping. TS Rubber is still better than Gravity. I've beaten plenty of Gravities with it. The fruit is really only good if you know how to run with it. If you try to push people with it, the fruit, honestly, it's like worse than Quake if you try to push people with it. But if you know how to run properly with the fruit and zone them, then it's about like A tier. Too many of the new fruits are like having ways to catch up to the zoning, so it's like really nerfing its potential, like, and being really good in combat. But you know, it is what it is. Gravity's still really good. The ult is garbage. It's completely blockable. It tells your opponent where it's gonna land. Planetary Devastation is trash. It's blockable. You're never gonna land it. Push and launch are really good. Plus Avalanche and the throws. Those are really good. But those are really the only moves you can use in the moveset. If any of the other moves are good, this would definitely be above TSR. But it's just not. Just because you only have access to like 4 real moves in your moveset, and one of those is a 2-in-1, so it's really like 3 real moves. But anyways, if you just skip to the end of the video, you know, you're lame, but whatever. Those who actually watch the whole video, I really appreciate you, and this is my tier list for the updated game. I really don't see anything wrong with it. Tell me if you agree with me in the comment section. Even if you don't, tell me why, but like, don't just say I don't agree with you because I feel like this fruit is better. Like, give me an actual reason, and maybe I'll reconsider like changing something and pinning a comment saying why something else is better. But you know, that's pretty much it for the tier list. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.